defensively, how pleased were you with the way the guys performed tonight?
Yeah, first off, hats off to Adelaide. I thought they played. They were extremely scrappy, and they hadn't lost in here for quite a long time. And I know they were down a few players, but I thought they were very scrappy, and great credit to them. I thought we played relatively solid for most of the game. And that last 5 minutes was a little bit like high school basketball for us, which we're going to have to improve in some areas there. But our guys were resilient, and a win is a win, and we'll take them how they come. And our defense was solid, as it has been all year. And we got some really good production from Drmic, which was fantastic. Having Shawnee back and having an extra ball carrier with us will help us moving forward. And I just thought we had enough guys chip in to get across the line.
DJ Vasiljevic is obviously a great shooter, but you kept him to 5 for 21 tonight. Was that a credit to the work that you guys did on the perimeter, just denying him the shots that he wants?
Well, I think we try to lock in on a few different things that we do, and obviously when we play them, he's obviously a high priority. They have numerous guys that can put the ball in the basket, but he's a high priority, obviously, and it attracts a lot of attention. And so our guys were quite diligent in making sure that if someone was going to beat us, it was going to be somebody else.
And what about Magnay's performance in the middle there? I mean, credited with 3 blocks, I reckon he had 6. He really got you going in that third quarter, especially, and early in the fourth, where you got that separation.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've said this, I don't know, a few press conferences before, but I believe, he's been our most consistent player from day one. And he continues just to be super solid in a lot of areas. And we've obviously morphed him into doing a little bit more scoring for us and getting him the ball more, which he's, done very well. And he's making his foul shots now. So, he's a huge factor for us offensively right now, and the impact he can have. And then defensively, he's one of the best big men pick and roll defenders I've been around in my entire career, and just a monster around the rim. And when he's on top of his game, he's tough to deal with down there, and he anchors everything we do.
Sean, does it feel like you're getting back to the form that you showed obviously last season when you won the thing, and you're getting somewhere close to back to that?
Yeah. I mean, put a lot of work in. Injured, so it's good to be back. I got the trust of the guys, and I'm just happy to be back out there and doing my thing.
And Sean, how important was it, the fact that obviously Jordan Crawford missed tonight, you had to step up and take extra responsibility as well? You looked like you relished it this evening.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I mean, we missed JC out there, of course, another ball handler, scorer for us. But yeah, when the opportunity comes, you just got to be ready for it. And yeah, I thought they put all the trust in me to go make plays, and that's what I did.
Did you find Adelaide's consistent substitutions tonight really threw your scouts out a little bit at different times? Because it looked like they were making lots of changes on the fly throughout tonight's game.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we kind of stick with what we do well, and that's, get after the ball. We lapsed a little bit early, and we made some adjustments, but for the most part, we just try to stay solid in what we do.
And Scott, of course, we want to highlight Anthony Drmic, of course, 250 games in the NBL tonight, 139 games for this home club in Adelaide here, and 51 games for Tasmania, Brisbane 60 games, NBL Rookie of the Year, all-time 3-point leader at Boise State as well.
Wow, you did your homework.
Yeah, how great is that especially tonight for him to perform against Adelaide, which he's done continuously. He actually averaged 8 points in the previous 4 games before the last one that you played. So he loves playing Adelaide, Scott.
Well, he was, probably people don't know, he was in really great form. I was really super excited for him moving into the season, and then he just had a horrendous sickness that got him down for a few weeks, and then he started to have some injuries. And these last 2 to 3 weeks of playing, he's just slowly gotten back in the form, and this was just another good game for him to be in rhythm and what he's been doing for the last 3 or 4 weeks to put things together. And he obviously was, hugely impactful for us. He's got a really good competitive edge to him, which I love. And he probably loves coming back. Everyone likes to play against their former team, but he's starting to round back into what he was really early in the year when no one really had a chance to see him. And so I'm happy for him. He's done, like a lot of these guys like Sean, who've come off these injuries with a lot of work involved, and it's not easy coming back, and he's been really, really good.
And Sean, what did the team think when he got up for those 2 dunks tonight? Because certainly a few of us here in we've been watching him in NBL Central this year. We knew that he had some hops, but we didn't realise he could get up that high still.
Yeah, I mean, shout out True Function. He's been working hard. He's missed a couple at training, so we've been after him. And yeah, to see him throw down a couple was pretty special tonight.
Sean, Scott's touched on you being able to come back and look like you haven't missed a beat is all down to the hard work that you put in when you were out injured. Can you just talk about how hard you did work to make sure you got back as quickly as you could, and then when you did come back, you were ready to sort of fire straight away?
Yeah, I mean, that's a shout out to our strength and conditioning team, RC and H. They put a lot of work in with me behind the scenes, a lot of grueling bike sessions and stuff like that. It's not very fun, but yeah, just to keep the fitness up, which allows you to, continue to work on your skill as soon as you're back ready to go. So that's kind of, credit to them.
Scott, you already touched on Will, but I have to ask you about him every game because he's so much fun to watch right now. He had 3 blocks tonight, and he should have had 4, and it was probably the block of the year with that one that he took off Jarrell. If you still had your challenge, would you challenge that player?
Well, of course, when Will came to the locker room, he already told me, why didn't you challenge that one, you dummy, for taking the first challenge on him, and should have saved it for that. But, he's had a couple of monster blocks this year just in general. But, again, his just presence around the rim, his timing. Like I said, I've been around a lot of very good bigs over the course of my career. And his defensive prowess and his ability to be in pick-and-roll coverage at his size and the way he moves is quite impressive in how we play. And now his offense is starting to catch up a little bit by a little bit, and it's exciting. He's done a really good job. And again, he's another guy that for 3 years has just been on this roller coaster ride, and then he strung those last 12 or 15 games together last year to send him on his way to get to the Boomers and help us win a championship. So he's been on a really good trajectory.
You've won 3 straight now. I mean, even when you were losing some games, your defense was keeping you in games, and now your defense is still holding up, and your offense is starting to find a little bit more of a groove. Are you pretty happy that you're starting to figure things out?
Well, like I told these guys, especially when we're traveling, we always say our defense travels. That's the only thing that you can actually bring with you that is going to be there for you every single night. You have to put your hard hat on to have that mentality, and it is obviously a huge positive for us. It's what we've hung our hat on from day one when I came here, and it has allowed us to scrap out some games and allowed us to stay close in some other games. And hopefully our offense will continue to get a little bit better here and there. And, we're not going to be this 95, 100-point scoring team, but I do believe that with some more work, if we can get up in the mid-80s, it's going to give us a lot of chances to hopefully win a few more games along the way here.
Obviously missing Jordan tonight. Would you expect him back for your next game at this point?
Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest with you. He has, I think, a medical appointment on Monday, and then if the doctors seem that he's doing well, and he has been doing well from what I understand his last 2 days and some of his workouts when we traveled. So that's a medical decision on Monday, and if he gets that cleared, I think if he practices Tuesday and Wednesday and no setbacks, hopefully he'll be ready to go on Thursday. But that'll be a medical decision on Monday when he sees the doctors.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Chris.